Welcome to the first module, the first week of Acts chapter 6 verse 4, Acts6v4 school. This first week is devoted to the theme of prayer. So we are kicking it off, we are kicking everything off, we are kicking off the 10 weeks of engaging with God in prayer and His Word with a focus on prayer. So just as I said in the introduction, the school is divided into 3 tasks that will be done every day over 5 days, over 10 weeks plus 2 days. Then there will be a project work. So you're going to be provided with 5 verses of scriptures that will form the basis of your prayer. But to prepare you to pray with those 5 verses of scriptures, I want to go through them with you at the beginning of the week. The first one is Zechariah chapter 12 verse 10, and I'm using the NET version. Zechariah 12 verse 10. This is a prophecy. I will pour out on the kingship of David and the population of Jerusalem a spirit of grace and supplication, so that they may look to me, the one they have pierced. They will lament for him as one laments for an only son, and there will be a bitter cry for him, like the bitter cry for a firstborn. So basically, God is saying that I'm going to get a specific reaction when I'm going to get a specific reaction when I take this action. And the action it was going to take was to pour out a spirit. Is going to send out an influence from himself. He's going to send out an influence from himself. Remember, Jesus Christ talks about being born of the Spirit. He said, the one who is born of the Spirit is like the being born of the Spirit is like the wind that you see the effect, but you don't know where it's coming from, or you don't know where it's going. So God is going to cause an effect, and the effect will be people will look unto him, and they will set their gaze on him. But how he's going to get that effect is going to be something he's going to initiate. He's going to send the spirit of grace and of supplication. The spirit. So this is an influence that we want to mark our lives. That influence we want to mark our life. The spirit of grace and supplication. So we're not going to assume that we already have the spirit of grace and supplication. We're going to ask for it. We're going to make our requests known to God, because this whole prayer journey is us approaching God. As Peter wrote, he said, humble yourself under the mighty hand of God. So we're humbling ourselves. We are making no claims. We are having no rights except the right to approach him. We have no guarantee except that we can come to him. And that is what the book of Hebrews chapter 4 verse 16 tells us. Therefore, let us confidently approach the throne of grace to receive mercy and to find grace whenever we need help. So this in a way mirrors what we've read in Zechariah 12, what we read in Zechariah 12:10. There is a coming to Christ. There is a spirit of grace and supplication that moves us to come to Christ, to want to come to Christ. So we're going to ask for that. We're going to ask. We have been told that we should ask, and it should be given to us. That we should seek. If we seek, we will find. So we're not going to assume. We're going to ask. We're going to seek. We're going to make our requests known to God. And our first request, as we go on this journey of 10 weeks, our first request is asking God to pour out on us the spirit of grace and of supplication. We are something beyond us. God to influence us. We see it in the life of Jesus, who is God, as he goes to early in the morning, rises up a great while before day, he goes out. That's Mark chapter 1 verse 35. He rises up in the morning and goes out to pray. That is, we can see that definitely it's full of grace and it's full of truth, and we see it as he prioritizes prayer in his life, and we want God to help us. And at the Garden of Gethsemane, when Jesus Christ said that, asked the disciples, "Can't you wash with me for 1 hour? Can't you wash with me?" He said, "The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak." So the spirit is willing, the flesh is weak. So we need the spirit of grace. We need the spirit of supplication. But the Bible also says that we don't know how we should pray as we ought, but the Spirit intercedes for us with groanings that cannot be uttered. Romans chapter 8. So there is something about the Spirit. There's something about the Spirit and prayer. The Spirit is the spirit of prayer. That's what we're asking for here. We're asking for a divine influence. And so that is my exhortation tied to Zechariah 12:10.